Morning, students. In the previous class we have discussed about the positive feedback mechanism, how basically they started making tools and all. Okay, and today we will describe it in a more brief way. We will study, then we read about that how the origin of the human being, the replacement of the recontinuity model. Then we studied about the ways of food they were having through gathering, hunting and scavenging, fishing. Okay, then we started about their shelter, that what type of shelter they were having. As first they were having shelter was with under the trees. Okay, now today we would be reading about that how early men were making tools, and then we will read about what were the way of their communication. Okay, so like early humans, how they were making tools. To start it is very useful to remember the use of tools, and the tool making are not confined only to the humans. Okay, means it was not confined to the humans itself. Okay, birds are known to make objects to assist them with feeding, hygiene, and social encounter. And while foraging for food, some chimpanzees use tools that they made with themselves. Okay, now certain anatomical and neurological related to the nervous system adaptations have led to the skilled use of hands and fingers favored tool making by the early humans. As we have discussed the positive feedback mechanism, in which we studied that now when they were earlier they were quadrupeds, means they were using their two hands and two legs, both they were using for walking. Okay, for their locomotion. But later on what happened, they become bipedal, their two hands were free. So with that hands they used to carry infants also, and they used to make tools also. And later on you have studied earlier also that their precision grip was increased. Earlier the fingers were folded, so due to which they cannot hold anything, but later on they were able to hold something in their hand, and due to which they can flake they can make tools, they can flake the stone. Okay, so that is why it is written the adaptation have led to the skilled use of hands and fingers favored tool making. Okay, now see over here I pasted a picture in which two stones are there. Okay, these tools are actually found in Olduvai. Okay, the above one is a chopper. This is a large stone from which flakes have been removed to produce a working edge. Okay, and the second one, by this only you can identify, you know, that it is a type of a axe. You can say, see the one tip has been very sharp. It is very sharp. Okay, the ways in which humans use and make tools often require greater memory and complex organization skills, both of which were present in humans. See, the ways by which humans were making at that time tools, they require greater memory. Okay, for very sharp tool, they obviously require greater memory. Why so? Because they have to remember each and everything. They have the mistake which they have done earlier. Suppose if they have made the stone, the tool, okay, for hunting, and from that tool the hunting was not so possible. Okay, so if that is in their memory, that with this type of tool they cannot hunt they cannot hunt the animals which are very far. So from the next time they'll try to prepare the tools from which they can hunt hunt, and the mobile weapons would be made. Okay, so for that greater memory and complex organization skills are, both are required. Now use of stone tools comes from the sites in Ethiopia and in Kenya. Okay, now the earliest stone tool makers were Australopithecus. They started making tools. We do not know whether tool making was done by the both by men or women or both. As earlier also I have told that if we are saying early men, it is referring to both men and women. So over here it is said that both of them were making tools. Okay, it is possible that the stone tool makers were both men and women. Okay, women in particular may have made and used tools to obtain food for themselves as well as to sustain their children after weaning. Okay, means after feeding them milk, or okay, sorry, apart from milk they used to feed their children, sir. Okay, about 35,000 years ago, improvement in technique for killing animals are evident from the appearance of new kinds of tools such as spear throwers and the bow and the arrow. Now see, they are what they are doing, they are having improvement in their techniques, which they are making, and for that they have to remember that earlier what mistake was done, or earlier what they were doing, due to which they cannot hunt properly, they cannot perceive or their objectives. So later on, improvements in the techniques have been found, and it is found around 35,000 years ago. Okay, okay, and at that time they used to preserve meat also, because the meat which was obtained was processed by removing the bones, and they used to dry and smoke and store it. Okay, thus by thus you can say that they were consuming the food which they used to store for them. Okay, others such as the trapping of fur-bearing animals to use the fur for clothing and invention of swing needles were also there. Okay, the earliest evidence of swing cloth comes from about 21,000 years ago. Now slowly and slowly, see, you're seeing the evolution, that what type of evolution they were having, that earlier they were just having a stone, and that stone was cut just to form just a edge was there, a sharp edge was there in initial level, you will see. But later on they started implementing new techniques. Why so? Because now their hands are free, they can easily hold and shape the stone in the manner which they want. Okay, the earliest evidence of swing, as it is from 21,000 years ago, it has been found. Now, the introduction of punch blade technique to make small chisel-like tools. It was now possible to make engravings on bone, antler, ivory, or wood. Now, see over here the introduction of punch blade technique. Punch blade technique now also, many of us uses. Okay, what is it? I'll explain. I have just pasted a picture. See over here, this picture. See the top one. A large pebble is removed using the hammer. Okay. Now the stone is divided into two parts. Okay, the lower portion will be what? It will become now the striking platform, okay, on which they can do anything. Now this is then what? Stuck using a hammer and a punch made up of bone or antler. Now see what they are doing. They are on the platform, they are keeping some stone or anything which they want, bone or anything which they want to precise it, which they want to which on which they want some type of special carving or anything. Okay, is it clear? Hope so. Now, see, this leads to the production of blades that can be used as knives in figure D. See, now by putting hammer on it and punching it, now we are able to. They are able to make what? They are able to make knives. Okay, and other chisels or bronze which could be used to engrave the bones. Okay, and if you see over here in picture E, the bone is here, and if this picture is clear, you can see on bones there are animals made on it. So on from that they can actually make anything with that, punch blade technique we can do. Okay, there is an engraving in part E. Okay, Now see, modes of communication, language. Now through communication, nowadays, what are the various things? We used to communicate with each other through language, obviously. We used to say something and other one used to understand. But earlier, what will happen? Initially they will not speak something. Language was not there, so verbal language was not there, but non-verbal was there. Actually, there are several views on language development. The first user of language was the hominid. If you remember, what was hominid? The division which I have told, that from mammals primates come, primates hominoids, and from hominoids hominids come, and those hominids were divided into two parts: Australopithecus and Homo was divided into three: Homo habilis, Homo erectus, and Homo sapiens. The first user of language was hominid. So after hominoids, up till ape, they were not using any type of language. But as soon as hominoids come, they started using language, and language that in the form of gestures or hand movements. Through that they used to communicate. Later they developed another way of communication known as vocal. Okay, but non-verbal means what? Vocal but non-verbal, like singing, humming. Okay. Now, Homo habilis may have possessed a small number of speech sounds in initial stage. Okay, there would be a small number of speech sounds would be there. Okay, but they were very less in number at the initial stage. Gradually, these may have developed into a language. Now, see, students, it is like you can just correlate it with when you are a baby. You do not know how to talk. Then what were you doing? You were indicating anything with your hands, that you want this thing. Okay, later on, when your vocal cords, when you were able to actually speak, then little bit language, what you do, but like this you used to spell. Okay, so the same thing happens with them also. Language may have developed as early as 2 million years ago. Okay, now the evolution of the vocal tract was equally important. Okay, apart from the hands, the brainal capacity. Okay, vocal tract evolution was also important. This occurred around 200,000 years ago. Okay, language development around the same time as art. This is around 40,000 to 35,000 years ago. Language and art, they were actually developed around 40,000 to 35,000 years ago. Okay, now over here, students, I want to just tell you these things, few points which you can note, that and what they were doing basically. Today I'll teach you up till here. Just a few points I want to discuss. Like, see, students, if you have studied all this, now what you would think in your mind, there would be many things, like how the evolution took place. Okay, so evolution took place not just in a, you can say, in a fraction of a time. It took many years, 1,000 years to evolve. And that evolution, in that evolution, nature has its own role. Okay, its environment has its own role. Why so? Because when if you talk about 2.5 Maya, okay, there was a cold age. Okay, at that time, the what happened? There was snow rainfall was there, due to which what will happen? So Palestine age will be there, means cold age would be there. So if the cold age is there, then what will happen? Jungles will be clear. Okay, and if jungles are clear, then obviously the early humans, they have to move, they have to clear that space, because now what they will do, because now there are no animals, nothing, then what they will feed. Okay, now they are moving from that place to the grassland area. Okay, and if they are moving towards the grassland area, then over there they are finding the wild animals, and for those wild animals, obviously they have to make tools, okay, to hunt them, otherwise they'll eat them. Okay, no, this, by these processes, basically the things actually have been evolved. Okay, for the survival they did these things, and due to which these changes occurred on them. Okay, because in grasslands wild animals are there, then grasses are also, they are at certain height, so to chase them, what will happen then? They have to be straight now, so Homo erectus comes. Okay, you know the specialty of Homo erectus, that in Homo erectus they are actually say straight. Due as they are now straight, the early humans now they are straight. They can easily see the prey, which is very far from them also. Okay, so their visual surveillance increased. Okay, so God has given everything, one or important thing to every one of us. Okay, just we have to, just you can say that we have to reveal that thing, inner potential, and that is actually evolution, to unfold, to reveal the inner potential. Okay, then again, warm age comes, and they started what they will do now, warm age will come, then they started gathering foods and all, everything as they were doing earlier, but now they started to settling at one place, so they started making caves. Okay, they started now agriculture later on. Now this actually, when the settlement is there, agriculture would be there, I have earlier also told. So each and everything is very important. So students, what we have studied today, we have studied about how the early men, they used to make tools. Okay, what were the techniques they were using? Okay, like punch blade techniques. Then they started storing food for their consumption. Okay, they started trapping off fur bearing animals were also trapped, so that they can utilize fur for clothing. Okay, now see there, now senses are also now working. Okay, then we started about the mode of communication, that earlier they used to just have a gesture or a hand movement, but later vocal, but non-verbal communication was there. But later on, gradually, language has occurred, and language and art, they have developed around the same time. Now we have studied about the women also, that women and men, they were equally taking part, and due to which students in tribal areas now also, Shakti puja is very important. Okay, because at that time women were treated as a divine, they were having the strength, because male member at that time, they were just wandering here and there. Okay, but female, they used to look at their take care of their house also, and other things also. Okay, so they were very divine. Okay, so students, hope so this topic is clear to you all, and I have given one assignment also. Describe the punch. It's pinch. It's punch blade technique. Second, explain the role of women in making tools. Now, third, describe the phase of language developed in early humans. Hope so, students, you can answer them. Thank you and have a nice day.